morning, dudes. How is it going? Today we're playing Anub'arak, a melee warrior. Apparently, I don't know. I would classify this guy as a support, but we're just gonna go in and see what we can make happen with him. Of course, he's one of the 2 new heroes, and yeah, we're just gonna go out and play a bit. Seems like a decent idea, doesn't it? Heroes of the Storm is back online. It's actually been back online for a little while, but you know, yeah, we recorded all of the heroes before that, and well, we're just gonna see how this goes down. He is a nice looking little fellow. Obviously reminds us a lot of Nyx Assassin, but then again, Nyx Assassin is based off the Warcraft 3 Anub'arak. Actually, is it okay if I just let's talk about something else really quick? In the Stitches video, I mentioned that Stitches is obviously a clone of Pudge, and then there is some smartasses amongst you that were like, "No, man, Pudge is a clone of Abomination." No. Pudge is not a clone of the Abomination. Do you even know what abilities the Abomination has? No, those are 2 different characters. Pudge is a Dota original, at least the current the current version of him. Yeah, he might have been the Abomination at some point, but just because they shared the same model in Warcraft 3 doesn't mean they're the same hero. Like, that's like saying Crystal Maiden is the same as Jaina Proudmoore, just because Crystal Maiden in Warcraft 3 uses Jaina Proudmoore's model, but they are not alike at all. They are vastly different. So please, please, get your shit together. Anyway, let's go and play some Anub'arak, shall we? Now, I don't know how good this character really is. You can gimmick him out a lot, and I tried it and it was awful. He's got some interesting ultimates, and he's got some interesting abilities, but just in general, every time I played him, you know, I just didn't feel that useful. And I'm not quite sure why that is. Maybe I'm just terrible, but I don't think that's the issue. I just think he's not that amazing. I don't. Also, his ultimate is, one of his ultimates, the one we are going for, is pretty much the exact same as Karrigan's ultimate, which I think is pretty lame. Oh well. So, right here we've got, let's actually go ahead and take a look at our abilities first, shall we? So, we got the W, gives us a shield. That's it. That's all it does. We've got the Q, Impale, we have all seen that before, and then we got Burrow Strike. We can stop Burrow striking at any point we want, and then we surface and we stun for a split second, right? It's not really a stun, it's more of like an interrupt. It's a mini stun, and then we deal damage also. I think that's pretty much it though. Yeah, that's a mini stun, while the Impale is an actual stun. And as you saw, we summoned these little beetles while we used our abilities. Every time we use an ability, we will summon a beetle, Scarab, and those guys attack for a little bit of damage. Now, you can actually skill this hero for the beetles, right? You can make them deal more damage, you can have them spawn periodically, you can have them heal you. All of that sounds amazing. It's not. Not because the beetles are bad, the beetles are really powerful. The problem is that the beetles are dumb as shit. Oh man. Anyway, so we can basically, we're not gonna go for the beetles because the beetles are fucking useless. They're just stupid. And we got increased range or longer lasting shields. We're gonna go for the increased range because look at that. That is fantastic. That is a really nice ability. It's not the easiest to hit because, as you can see, it's, you know, it's not necessarily a cast time. I don't think so, but its travel time is, it's quite long, and that does make it difficult at times to connect with it. But you know, it's still nice just to have that really long range on the stun. It's fantastic. So you need to actually go and cap it. Thank you. Here we go. Here we go. Now the problem with the beetles is that you would think, right, if I summon a beetle right next to, you know, right next to an enemy hero, you can see right here, look at what the beetles are doing. They just run back into the lane. They don't actually fight the enemy heroes. Which, if they did that, they would be great. But they don't. They just run into the next lane they can find and start pushing. So I suppose you could use that for pushing. But honestly, I don't think that's something that Anub'arak is all that great at. Because, like, if you take a look at his abilities, those are obviously teamfight abilities, right? That's what he's looking to do. And he's great at it. Except that his trait is absolutely pointless. Oh no, I missed that. Yeah, she dodged me there. Okay. At least we got the shrine. Anyway, I hate this trade. Not because I don't think it's like good. Well, actually no, it is terrible at the moment. But that's not because the numbers on it are bad. It's because the beetles are dumb as shit. You know? Oh well. So we are gonna get the increased range and lower cooldown. The basic attacks deal area damage. We don't really attack that much. Superiority is not fantastic. And as I already mentioned, the beetles are pointless. That's what they are. Oh man, I love that shit. And I completely missed that one apparently. Okay, so let's activate our armor. And you see, now this guy is actually attacking her. Whenever they do that, they are fantastic. But it's just not reliable. For some reason, my beetles are now attacking them. Right, there's no consistency there. You can never predict what they're going to do. And as a result, it's just a little silly to skill it. Okay, you see right here, the beetles are attacking her. Fantastic. If they do that, let's go. Also, I missed my stun again. Yeah, I can't fight against 2 years. Think about the stun, by the way. It's a very small line. Like you can tell, right? It's really narrow. So connecting with it, it can be difficult. It also got that delay on it until it actually connects to something. Yeah, it can be difficult. It can actually be difficult. That's why I like having the additional range. So, increased movement speed, deal area damage, beetles heal, or impale slows enemies. I don't really like the W all that much. The increased movement speed is nice, but usually whenever I use the W, I'm not running anyway. And I like the slow. I think the slow is nice, you know. We go for the impale, we use the impale a lot. Doesn't have the longest cooldown, 12 seconds. You usually get to use that multiple times during a fight. And you know, a little bit of an additional slow is always fantastic, especially when you can do these shenanigans, bitches. See that? It's pretty good. It's pretty good. So, those two abilities are great. The burrow charge and the impale are fantastic, right? It's just that his trait is terrible. And the W is not really all that exciting. It's just a shield, you know. It's just a shield. So, yeah. Oh, well, let's get him. I guess we're gonna stop with the push right here. We could continue, but what is the point, really? Nah, that's a little risky. Let's go and go. Oh, okay, we're fighting. Okay, let's go and make this happen. Now, right here, this hero is very similar to a Lion or a Sand King, like you would have, or Nyx actually, like you would have in Dota with the Impale, right? You want to line up as many heroes as you possibly can. So, since we don't have Blink, and we don't have the ability to buy Blink, you can use the Burrow Strike to position yourself, but that's really, it's slow, it's not that reliable. Honestly, what I always try to do is, before I engage in the fight, I try to get a nice Impale going. You know, I stick to the edges of it, I still keep my, well, not here really mount active, but you know, my movement speed buff active. This hero doesn't have a mount. He's got the same thing, except it's not a mount, because it would look silly. But, you know, you get the idea, right? Like, that's what we're here for. Anyway, now, as per ultimates, I think we should also go ahead and just address those right now. I mean, why the hell not? Yep. So, as per ultimates, as already mentioned, we got the Locust Swarm, which is the same thing Kerrigan got, right? Like, it deals damage to enemies in an area surrounding you, and it heals you. Kerrigan does the same, except she gives you armor, which is the same fucking thing, right? It doesn't make a bit of a difference. Actually, I guess armor is slightly better, but you know, it's the same ability, it's the same style. Now we got a Web Blast, which is actually rather fascinating, but we're not going for that today. So the Web Blast puts somebody in a cocoon. And, oh, here we go. This is why we're gonna need the Locust Swarm. And activate it. And we're gonna get healed right here. So this heal is actually super... Oh, fuck, my computer's dying. Okay. Okay. Still fine. Good, good. Oh, man. Sorry about those freeze frames. Not really sure what's going on there. Not really sure what's going on there. You know, I'm not entirely convinced that that's actually my computer. Might be the game. You know, but either way, game is still in alpha. You know, can't really blame them for that too much, so... Whatever. So the cocoon, what is it? Web Blast, yes. It wraps an enemy in a cocoon. While they're in the cocoon, they cannot move, they cannot act, they are stunned. They cannot take damage though, right? They are in the cocoon for 5 seconds and the cocoon can get destroyed. A use of it is of course that you can lock an enemy away for 5 seconds, which can be potentially really, really good. But simultaneously, it's often not. Since those situations, you know... You need to have a situation where, knocking an enemy away for 5 seconds is worth not having an ultimate. And honestly, I just prefer the Locust Swarm. It heals you, it gives you damage, you know, and oh, wait, where am I? Oh, I'm not burrow striking apparently. That was actually what I meant to do. Let's take down this lady and this guy. Fantastic. But you know, I just like the Locust Swarm. As you can already tell, we are kind of running low on HP a lot. And we tend to dive a lot. Like, we run into those fights with just like not really any fear. We just dive and hope that we kill some things. And the Locust Swarm just works well with that. It's a really cool ability actually. So right here, increases shield, beetles get a shield. This right here is just like no, like spell shield is shitty, burning wages, and we're just gonna get the increased shield. Actually increases it by 50%, which is nice. But it's mostly the case of I don't have much of an option there. Like pretty much anything we could get is kind of shit, so whatever. Let's activate the shield again. And here we go with the Locust Swarm. You know, it's pretty good. It deals some good damage, and most importantly, it keeps you alive, which we usually have some issues with. And it allows you to charge, and I really like that. And you saw, as soon as I activated the Locust Swarm, a lot of enemies were surrounding me. Just good. And actually something that is different about the Locust Swarm to the Kerrigan ultimate. Actually, no, it's not. No, it's not. I was gonna say that each enemy damaged heals and Anub'arak for 38 health, but with Kerrigan it's like each damaged enemy gives you shield, so that doesn't really make any difference. It's the same ultimate. I think that's really lazy. Like, you could come up with something different. It's not like the Locust... Like, yes, Locust Swarm has to be one of his abilities, right? It has to be. It has to be the ultimate too. Because that's what the Anub'arak did. He had the Locust Swarm. So, I totally get it. But you could have changed it a bit up. You know, you could have changed it up just a bit, you know? Could have made it something that is not just the Kerrigan ultimate, you know? I don't think I'm asking for much there. Oh, well. Oh well. So let's go ahead and, you know, get the stun going. I like this on the buildings because it actually, with the upgrade of the slow, it adds some DPS. Like, it adds a little bit of a debuff to anything that gets hit by it, which is sweet. Which is actually really nice. And, you know, you can line them up so it hits both buildings. And why the hell would you not do that? Deals some damage. It's not really big. Like, not really a big deal, but it helps. So... let's go ahead and head into the mid lane. It seems we're going to be able to secure both of the shrines pretty much instantly, and then let's take the Dragon Knight. Hopefully this is going to work. Ah, so close. So very close. Okay. Yeah. Well, I tried. We got the top shrine. We might actually want to go to the bottom lane. Let's go ahead and use one of these healing wells to get going again, you know. Yeah, it's gonna delay my arrival by just a bit, but the maps are tiny, you know, so it should not be too much of an issue. And here we are. Nice. Hit a bunch of heals, and let's go and activate the Locust Swarm, of course. Get the shield going. It's not like we're taking all of damage anyway. And got this guy. And gonna get him. Sweet. Fantastic. And then we are just, you know, doing great. Now, level 16 again, I don't think this is much of a question. As I already mentioned, the beetles are fucking idiotic. So as much as I want to skill them, I've tried the beetle build. It doesn't work. It just doesn't, because the beetles don't play along. Like, Blood for Blood and Rewind are not too bad, but I think the Epicenter is actually really powerful. It increases the impact area and damage by 100%, which makes the ability like 2.5 times as powerful as it was before, which is actually really nice. Like, it's actually a great upgrade. It's really cool. So, I do like that. I do like that. And, well, we lost Illidan. I think we're gonna go in. Boom. And we interrupted the ultimate. This is one of those ultimates that I don't like. Like, I think the other one is just much better. Because you can't just get interrupted so easily. And that's where one of those mini-stuns, you know. They do come in. Not everything needs to be a full-blown stun. Like, if a mini-stun is enough to interrupt, then why the hell would I need a full-blown stun? So, a Dragon Knight is still pushing. We need to be a little bit more defensive though. We're dropping. We don't have an ultimate ready. So, oh! Ah, didn't hit anyone. Was a nice opportunity, but again, keep in mind, there's actually like a big delay on when the stun connects and when you cast it. So, Boom, got this guy at least. That should connect, but I don't see anything else coming out of it. So this is where the beetles are actually not too bad, right? Like every time you cast a spell, you summon a minion to help you push. That's actually not a bad... Like, that's really good. Like, let's just be honest, that's a good ability. But, yeah, I don't know. It's not amazing. It's not amazing. So let's go ahead and take down this guy. Got him. Sweet. You see, the bonus damage is actually really nice. It's not crazy. Like, it's not an insane amount. But it's not bad. It's just a good, solid amount of damage. And, you know, who doesn't like that? So I think it's finally time to head back. We did a great job here. We are currently looking at an 18 takedowns and 0 death score. So I'm quite happy with that. And you can, like, I think you can tell. This hero, he's got some uses, right? But he's not super important. Does it feel like I am the one that's winning the fights here? No, it doesn't. I am more of the guy that's in the back and that's supporting. This is a support hero. Keep that in mind. Support hero, and I don't think he's one of the best ones, but he's not bad. Don't take this as him being bad. I just think he's like a good solid 6 out of 10, right? Not bad. Pretty good. But not amazing. But pretty good. You know, pretty good. He's definitely worth your time. And you know, if you do well, then you do well. That's just, you know, that's just true anyway. So here we go. Hero of the Storm. Hello there, buddy. By the way, you might have noticed that the burrow charge, like oftentimes I don't use it. I want to, but there's actually quite a cast time on that too. And then I attack or something, you know, and cancel my burrow strike. It's weird. Look at this. Look at how long it takes to actually... I'm clicking now. You see how long it takes? It's not a quick ability in the slightest. So that's also something to keep in mind. But, nah, you know, it's still good. It's still definitely good. So I think we're going to go ahead and pick up the big Dragon Knight. It's a shame we're going to get to show you the level 20 ultimate right here. But I think you got a nice feel for the hero anyway. Let's just go ahead and run in here. I think he's great for the Dragon Knight though. Like if you got a transformation, then this guy is fantastic for that. Because you know, he runs in, he's in the middle of everything, you can't go crazy with the Dragon Knight. And after you're done with that, you know, you just kind of come out of the Dragon Knight and then you start working shit again and it works out just fine. So, what do we do here? Let's charge her. Interrupt her ultimate. Yup. I guess we're gonna push down this guy. I don't know. Do we go for the big one? I think we should, but fuck it, I'm gonna do it. I'm the Dragon Knight after all. I do what I want. If they want to stop me, well, I want to see them try. And they did it. Okay, let's get the hell out of here. I don't think we can finish here. I don't know. Actually, no, we can. Yeah, it should be fine. Just summon down this. Let's get the ultimate going. Deal some damage too. Hello there, buddy. And that's gonna be it. Boom, baby! Anub'arak! Sadly, I did not get to show you the level 20 ultimate. We were so close to it too. So very close. The level 20 ultimate gives you a passive locust if you upgrade this one, which is pretty neat. The other one allows you to upgrade the web thingy, like make it more difficult to destroy. But, you know, it's not that big of a deal. You get the feel for the hero anyway. So, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to leave a rating on the video. That would be fantastic. And we're gonna do the other new guide tomorrow. So, I hope you enjoyed the video and see you then. Goodbye, everybody.